evening. Welcome to the show. The guest is Don and Will from the Hitchhiking Bones, and we're going to talk about Will's trip to Disney World.
Yeah, sounds great.
So
it does. Y'all had a great time.
Oh yeah, we had a blast. Anybody that's thinking about it's like, do I really want to go? Because you've got the fireworks that are still not being fired off yet. For the evening show, you've got the character meet and greets. They do have the cavalcades, so that's a nice touch. But if you're thinking about it, you're like, is it enough to justify going? I could tell you what, we covered a ton of ground on our trip. Rode a lot of rides, and we just honestly had a blast. By the time we were done with the trip, Jillian and I talked about it, and we just said, we did pretty much everything we wanted to do. James says, wait a minute, where's the other half of that great trip? The wonderful Jillian. Well, somebody has to watch Wyatt. Mom's back home, and so somebody has to watch Wyatt, and so Jillian's watching Wyatt tonight. So that's why she's not on the show. Thank you to Jillian. Love you, honey. Thank you for watching Wyatt so I can be on the show here tonight with Keith and Mom.
It's starting to get cooler in my hometown. We're now getting the highs to be upper 70s to mid 80s now.
Oh wow.
Nice. That's pretty comfortable. It's getting cooler here too, Keith.
Oh yeah, same here.
We're glad to see it. It's hot down in here in Texas, so
yeah,
we're glad to see those cooler temperatures.
No
joke.
Yeah. And
now, Keith, hey, I have something for you. So, Keith, have you ever had a chance to do the Animators Academy or the animation experience at the parks?
I might think about it, but
okay.
We're going to spend 4 days on our first trip down there.
Now, I know you're very artistically gifted. So you'd appreciate it, but I'm actually going to show these off again on Tuesday. But Jillian and I love doing. So we did the animation experience at Disney California Adventure the first time we went there, and then at Animal Kingdom you can take the train to Rafiki's Planet Watch and the conservation station, and you can do the animation experience there. And you actually learn how to draw a character I think it's in 15, 20-minute increments. I think it runs all day. But you can learn to draw different characters. And they said that there's people that have annual passes that come in and sit there all day and just draw characters. But Jillian and I snuck in, and we did the very last session of our Animal Kingdom day. And here is Jillian's drawing of Simba.
That is
cool. That is great.
So good.
I'll tell you what, the animators are just, and the way that they teach is just fantastic. Like Jillian and I do not consider ourselves at all like to be artists, even a little bit. But here's mine.
Ooh, that was real good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've never attempted to draw Simba before. But the animators just do such a good job of helping you kind of like figure out your shapes a little bit and figure out. So if you can kind of tell, if you look really close on this, you can see these kind of guidelines here.
Yeah.
And so those are very helpful. Whenever
we basic circle in there.
Yeah. And so those are like very, very helpful. This by far, these drawings are much more detailed than the ones we did at California Adventure because we drew Pluto and we drew Winnie the Pooh. And
you did these on this recent trip, right?
Yes, we did. Yeah, it was awesome. It was the very last session of the day, and the animator's name was Tony Ross. I made sure to write it down there. That way I could remember, if I ever thought, man, what was that animator's name? Mm-hmm. His name was Tony Ross. So it was an incredible experience. Like I said, Jillian and I don't consider ourselves to be a little bit artistically gifted, but I mean, the animators do such a great job, like telling you, like, okay, you're going to start here, starting small and kind of working your way out, or figuring out the basic shapes to draw these amazing characters. And that was, like I said, that was the most complex one we've ever done, and it turned out really well, I thought. I think we're actually probably going to end up framing them and putting them up on the wall.
Let's go ahead and welcome the people in.
Yeah.
Rachel Loves Disney was first.
She was, Rachel.
Yeah.
Disney Up Boilers Up was in second. She's going to be my guest on the 25th of October.
Awesome.
And
that'll be great.
And then welcome in James Ryan.
The incomparable James Ryan. How's it going?
Incomparable James Ryan.
our fellow pirate. Mine and Jillian's fellow pirate.
Actually got to spend some time with James Ryan, William. And if you looked on our Instagram page, you saw the picture of William and Jillian and James. They met up at the parks.
It was great. And actually, I figured out, I didn't remember it at the time, but James was actually wearing one of those Lake Buena visitors. Shout out to Maria. And sorry, I've got a crowd over here. They're messing with me. But Jillian White came over to say hi through the door. But shout out to Chris and Maria of Lake Buena Visitors TV. I noticed that James Ryan was actually, whenever I met him, was wearing this shirt from their Etsy shop.
I love that one.
So it's got the Mickey Mouse holding the globe in his hands. But I thought that was really cool. I didn't notice it immediately at the time, but later on I was like, oh, that's the Lake Buena Visitors shirt. So we had such a great time meeting James Ryan. And we also met Danielle of Mickey's Girls, who is the queen of Loungefly backpacks.
Absolutely. Yeah. Undisputed queen of Loungefly.
Hands
if you
down.
want to buy a Loungefly backpack, she's your girl. Danielle's your girl.
Oh, yeah. She, she's so funny. And she is a hawk whenever it comes to good deals. I mean, the good deals do not pass her by. She is great about redeeming that box lunch money and also finding those great discounts too. So we had a blast meeting James Ryan and also Danielle. It's interesting because it just adds to the magic, honestly, because we see James Ryan says, I don't quite look as good as Maria. Oh, me. That's okay. That's okay.
Not many of us do, James. So that's okay.
It's a great shirt. Hey, you did it well, though. It was a great shirt. But yeah, I mean, it 100% adds to the magic. So we have all these. I mean, and also, we'll talk about it more in a minute. But we ran into Resort TV 1 too, which was amazing. But it just adds to the magic. Like Jillian and I knew where we were going, and we were hoping to see some of our fellow Disney YouTuber community friends while we were there. But James Ryan saw that we were at Pop and reached out to us on Instagram, and Mom, made sure to flag it, bring it to my attention, because one thing about it is if you're doing a lot of streaming in the parks, it is hard to monitor all the different messages you have coming across. You've got people commenting on your video. You've got people Instagram messaging you. You've got people reaching out on Twitter. Nobody reaching out on Facebook, but people reaching out through these different areas. So I was really grateful to Mom to point that out to me. I saw it pop up on my screen while we were at Magic Kingdom that day. And Mom made sure to text me. She's like, hey, just so you know, James Ryan's going to be at Magic Kingdom same day you guys are. And so ran into him, and I'll tell you what, he is a true gentleman. And we had a lot of fun just talking with him and getting to know each other better. And I'll tell you what, I'm already looking forward to the next time we can meet James in the park. Same thing with Danielle too. We had a blast talking with her, and Jillian actually did end up getting her first Loungefly backpack. And so I'd attribute some of that influence to Danielle, but anyway, it was just amazing. Like I'm already looking forward to our next trip to see people in our community. It's such a great
Definitely.
experience.
Definitely. I was going to say, this was our first time streaming in the park. I say our because it was definitely our
100% team effort.
It was a team effort. I was at home and I was able to do all the thumbnails. I was able to get the streams set up and open so that all William had to do was connect to them, promo, share the streams out on Instagram and Facebook and wherever we wanted to advertise those. And so that really, really helped. And again, William was talking about my monitoring messages. It really, really helps I call myself Jarvis. Because that's kind of how I felt. It helps to have somebody when you're live streaming who can do all that for you, so you don't have to do everything yourself. It worked well for us.
I much prefer to blog instead of live stream.
Yeah.
The two reasons why is one thing, the chat would take my concentration off the rides and environment.
Yes, and it does.
And another thing is the lagging of those rides.
Yeah, there are some challenges for sure. I mean, 100%. Like we rode Splash Mountain because we wanted to ride Splash Mountain, but we didn't want to end the stream, and so we just went ahead. We just told everybody, hey guys, we're well aware we're going to have some lag here. Just be patient and bear with us, and that one thing that I really appreciated was everybody's patience with the live streaming, because I mean, we started out pretty rough, we were learning the ropes, we had never streamed with Streamlabs up until that first stream that we did at Pop Century. Hey, welcome in, Danny. Great to see you. Griswold Family Vacay.
Good to see you. And James Ryan made the comment that he's sure that Jillian's Loungefly bag will not be the last. It may be the first, but it won't be the last. And I'm sure you're 100% right. James.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, James. I do it to myself. I started Mom and Jillian off on their hobby of acquiring Spirit
jerseys. In fact, I have one on right now.
Yeah. Did I get you that one? I can't remember.
You got me this one. Yeah, this is the Haunted Mansion one with the ghost host. It glows in the dark.
Yeah.
And my cousins bought me the ears to match. So, So,
and sometime I ought to have you two back on along with Danny from Griswold.
Yeah.
That would be fun. We love Danny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
love Danny. Great channel. Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely. We'd be happy to do that, Keith.
Yeah.
But now, William, you were talking about, we're talking about, the lines are a little bit shorter, Keith, because they're only letting a few people into the parks. So I have the item that they stood in the longest line for right here was for the Madame Leota Sipper Cup. The longest line they put in was for this little beauty. It's kind of hard to see her, but isn't she gorgeous? She changes colors. It's hard to see it on the stream, but she changes from blue. Isn't that great? And she is a Sipper Cup. Look at there.
Pops up the top there.
Look at that. So, yeah. But she is so great. I just love this. This is just such a great.
She's in a kind of like a crystal ball.
Yes. Sipper Cup, and they many times they release these things and they don't have enough really to go around, or they sell out too fast. And so I was really pleased that they seem to have released a lot of these, and a lot of people are able to get them. So I just thought this is great. I love this. So. Yeah, but it's a Sipper Cup. It was available where was it available, William?
It was available, Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow.
Just to the left of the castle. It's
In the
like
Magic Kingdom.
yeah. It's right there as you're if you were to kind of take a pathway and walk towards Liberty Square from the main entrance, it's just right there immediately to the left of the castle.
Yeah,
Newest
I love it. I love it.
Newest items like that's making their first appearance, they start selling out
Yep.
for quite a while.
They seem to have made quite a few of these, Keith, because the lines for this have been really, really long in the Magic Kingdom. I've seen a lot of them pop up in Instagram posts. So they seem to have made, and they've actually anticipated the demand this time, and they've made a lot. So I appreciate that. That's great.
Yeah,
It's pretty awesome, Danny.
Yeah, I know some people make a living from buying things and flipping them, but it always kind of makes me sad because it makes true fans have to pay that much more money
Right.
to buy something. If you're not quick to the draw or you're not ready right that second to buy it.
Yeah.
So I am definitely appreciative that they made plenty of these. Now here's something also interesting that I'll probably show off at some point on a stream. We bought Constance Hatchaway's wedding cake, and here's a picture that I took of this little cake in front of Madame Leota's tombstone there outside of the Haunted Mansion.
Was that an edible hatchet?
Yes. The whole thing was edible, and so it was really good. The bad thing was it's a little funny side story for you. This is also hashtag beard probs. We got this cake and we were so excited and we were in such a hurry that we walked off without forks, and so I ended up having to eat this thing like I was bobbing for an apple. And so literally just opened it up, like I just opened my mouth and started to eat it from the top, and ended up eating this little cake. So Danny asked, "Is Madame Leota dishwasher safe?" I don't think so, because I think
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I doubt it. I wouldn't, because she's got batteries and everything. So I would.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm not even going to use. I'm not even going to use her as a sipper. I'm just because she lights up.
Yeah,
I'm going to use her as a decoration. Yeah.
And they gave us a cup on the side instead of pouring, Coke into it. They gave us a cup on the side to make sure everybody was able to keep their cup, from having to get it dirty.
Yeah. That the hatchet part was like chocolate fondant, wasn't it? Like a little chocolate.
It was
chocolate hatchet. Now, everybody needs a chocolate hatchet in their wedding cake, right?
Yeah. So funny.
I just noticed something up on my screen. It shows 5 people in the 5 people watching, and and it shows how long we've been live.
Nice. Yeah, that's really
there's Jillian. Hi, Jillian.
Hey, Jillian.
That's funny.
Okay, so we have
everybody. Make sure to drop a like real quick if you haven't already.
Yeah, so we have Tiki Room sounds coming from Wyatt.
Yeah.
Built-in Tiki Room sounds, guys. What would you say, William? A lot of people have asked me this question since your first live stream in the parks. What was the thing that you liked the most about it, and the thing that you liked the least about live streaming?
I would say probably least was just the challenges of live streaming, because like we had issues kind of initially with the audio kind of crackling or popping, and then also like there was a bit of a pixelation. It's just learning how to do it,
right?
And learning what settings I need to use. And so that was, obviously that's something that, under normal circumstances you would hammer out before you take your trip. And I'm sure it's, you probably have to play with it depending on, the conditions of the weather and things like that. I'm sure, or what ride or area you're even walking into. Resort TV One has done it so frequently that they have it down to a science.
Yeah, they make it look really easy.
Yeah.
I think they have a recommendation like it's either 44,000 or 48,000 kilohertz to on the audio.
Yeah.
And I think they recommend somewhere like 63 frames per second
Okay.
video speed.
Yeah.
Thanks, Danny.
Yeah.
Danny
Thanks,
said,
Danny. We appreciate
Danny
it.
said, all for front, my friend. You all did awesome. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
So,
So what did you like the most about it,
the
William?
most, again, it's just this crazy thing. Like this community is a lot of fun. It just really is. Like we got to run into James Ryan and Danielle and also Resort TV One, and so it's just the coolest thing. Like to run into these people who we've never met before in person, but have grown very fond of from watching live streams.
Well, and we had a lot of people. A lot of people popped into the stream, and when y'all met Resort TV One, and all those people started popping in, and our subs started going up. I could hardly keep up with with the people in the chat, and a lot of those people have come back to our channel and have emailed us and what have you, and are kind of sticking with us, and we really just appreciate all these new friends that we have. Keith, I mean, you're the same way. I know this community is really the best part about being a Disney YouTuber. It's just this great family of family-friendly streams and people who just love Disney. We just have fun together. And, I know, Keith, you've met a lot of people just like we have.
Yeah. And when I do my vlogging, once I vlog mine, I'm going to be able to play them back on live stream, including my own narration to it.
Nice.
Oh yeah, excellent.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to that for sure.
The details. I'll probably have the videos muted.
Yeah, and I think that's probably smart because you could avoid a potential copyright claim too.
Right.
So that's probably
true.
not a bad idea, Keith.
That's
Welcome
true.
into Mike Wheeler.
Yeah. Hey, Mike. Hey,
you're
Mike.
here.
Yeah. Danny says that Blaine made it to Orlando today safely. Good.
Hey, that's
Good.
great. Yeah,
That's
man,
excellent.
I can't wait to start seeing some content
Hey,
from
Mike
from
Wheeler.
Blaine.
Yeah, that would be Blaine with Rayleigh Creative Travel.
Yeah.
They're going to be in Disney World. We also have some other friends who are going to be down there in May pretty soon. Josh from Triple P is going to be there. Also, Mama Mouse and their family, Myers and the Mouse. Who else is going to be down there? Maybe somebody from the Chef family. Maybe Steve.
I think Diz Our Dream has a trip coming up at some point.
Diz Our Dream.
I can't remember exactly when they're getting there, but I feel like it's within the next 2 or 3 weeks or so for sure.
Probably several. We'll see some great live streams from our other Disney YouTubers, and always look forward to that. So I'm glad Blaine made it safely. They'll love it. They'll have a great time.
And one really cool thing, I will say, probably my favorite part, just for kind of selfish reasons, was, I mean, I loved getting to bring everybody else along too, but it was amazing that Mom and also Wyatt could see what we were doing.
Exactly. It was like we were there with you.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was so cool. I mean, we love talking, to everybody. But we just thought it was the coolest when our Mom would text us, and let us know like how Wyatt was reacting to what we were, how we were streaming. Oh, James Ryan says Diz Our Dream are going this week, and I'm going back on October 7th and November 20th. Awesome.
Super.
Awesome.
Super. James, great. That's good timing, James. Good timing, buddy.
There we go.
Disney at Boiler-Up. My daughter and I will be at MK on October 23rd.
Nice.
So, good for you guys.
That's great.
I'm getting close to getting my Orlando trip saved up for.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's huge progress.
It is.
Congratulations.
What time of year were y'all thinking of going, Keith?
June, about the time of my birthday. What I
Good.
was going to do is, we're going to, there'll be a day that we'll check in, but we'll probably do the Disney Spring on the check-in day, and then have 4 full days of Disney World Park, and then check out of Walt Disney World on my birthday, which will be the check-in day to Universal, and then
Wow.
Okay.
4 days
Wow.
at Universal.
That's fantastic, Keith.
That
Now,
is
this-
going to be the trip of a lifetime.
It will be.
And your trip is going to be very close to what Jillian and I just did, because we flew in last Wednesday and checked in, and then we went to California Grill at the Contemporary Resort, and it was a phenomenal experience.
Great
and
way
then
to
we
start
went
the
to-
trip.
Oh yeah, and then we went to Disney
way to start the
Springs
trip.
and checked that out too. And then we had 4 park days, so very similar to what you're doing. But I'm really envious and excited that you're doing Universal on your trip too, Keith.
Yeah, that'll be for my 61st birthday in 3 years, and
Awesome.
Mhm.
and with those 2 places, I'll be getting my first visit badge and my birthday badges.
Awesome.
Yeah, you should have a chest full of buttons.
Yeah,
That would be great.
that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I know you're looking forward to that, Keith, and saving for it, planning for it and saving for it. Disney is a big investment, and so
Mhm.
by that time you'll have your money saved. You won't have to worry so much about finances, and probably still have to stay within a budget like we do. But at the same time, by that time, hopefully, the everything will be, all the magic will be back. The fireworks, the parades, everything will be back for you, and you can have the full experience.
Yeah.
Hey, Team Ruth, hey, Tina. It's
Yeah,
good to
welcome
see
in, Tina. Great to see you.
you. Tina was awesome. Tina's been so awesome in our chats. We appreciate you so
Oh, yeah.
much. She said at one, I can't remember what morning it was, but T. Marie Photography came into the chat and she said, man, I wish there was somebody streaming live from the parks today. The Hitchhiking Bones, hold my Dole Whip.
That one cracked me up for
That one
sure.
cracked me. That was a good one. Tina, we appreciate that one. So Disney up, Buller up. You said you're going, let's see. Okay. A few days, 3 days at Disney and 1 at Universal. Have you ever been to Universal? Yeah, y'all are just going to absolutely love it.
Mike Wheeler said that Diz Our Dream will be heading down, and Joey's World will be headed up from southern Florida. Neat.
Neat. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is great. Yeah, we would love to meet. Hopefully, we're really hoping that on our next trip we can meet up with several people. I'm hoping to meet up with James Ryan and maybe Mike Wheeler and Dean Bancroft, Russ from Water and Walk with Russ. We'd love to see Jeff and Angela from Diz Our Dream. We're really hoping to see some folks on our next trip. So
that was one thing that I was kind of bummed about. I was like, man, like I wish Jillian and I had a car, because there were evenings that we ended kind of early, and I really wish that we had a car. That way we could have gone to visit Mike Wheeler. That would have been a lot of fun. And so hopefully the next time we get down there, Mike, me and Jillian and Mom or whoever's on that trip, we'll be able to come see you, because we would love to hang out and spend some time with you, Mike.
Oh, wow. Disney at Buller Up, only the Hollywood Universal. We were there for the opening day of Wizarding World. Wow. Along with 20,000 other people.
That's Harry Potter.
Man, that's amazing. We're huge Harry Potter fans, so we really love the Wizarding World.
Oh, yeah.
I used to have all 7 books, but something came up to where I had to get rid of them, and now I want to get them in the for my Kindle app on my tablet.
Yeah.
That's
We
good
have,
story. Going to I oh, excuse me. Going from I mean, there is a lot of benefit to going digital in terms of whether it's your DVDs or books. I prefer to have a book to hold because it's kind of tangible and you can kind of flip through it or kind of mark it up. But I know you can do those things with a Kindle too. But yeah, I mean, it takes up having that many books would be a stack about yay high. Having it on your Kindle, it's just there on your Kindle. Takes up a lot of space.
There's the link to Disney Up Boiler Up Etsy shop.
Yeah.
oh, cool. Definitely have to check that out. Mike Whaler, I was there for official opening day ceremonies of Wizarding World here in Orlando.
Wow.
We'll have to talk to you about that sometime, Mike. That sounds fantastic. I can't imagine how exciting that was. We actually have, I bought first edition hardcover copies of the series for William, and I have a set of them too. We love it. My sister Susan actually bought William the British version of Tales of Beetle the Bard.
Yeah.
And it's like a first edition unopened copy, and it is the British version. So it will probably be worth some money at some point. We're real proud of that.
So what are you
you'll love it, Keith.
for to see at Universal? Is it the Harry Potter section that you're most?
Yeah, it's a Harry Potter. I want mainly Harry Potter.
Yeah, be sure you get park hoppers, Keith, because you have to have park hoppers
I know.
to go from park to park.
Hogwarts Express.
I was going, if they still have the Harry Potter package for the stay, I was going to get that so it automatically has the park hopping.
Good.
Yeah, there you go. And
That's
Universal
pretty
tickets are a lot more reasonable. I mean, as far as price than Disney. So you should be able to really maximize your time there. Will y'all change hotels and stay at a Universal hotel, Keith, or what are y'all planning on doing about hotels?
The hotels at Disney, we're going to stay at Pop Century, and then
Nice.
we're going to go into a value hotel over at Universal. I think it has a name Bay in it.
Volcano
Cabana
Bay?
Bay?
Yeah, I
Cabana
think so at Universal.
Okay.
I don't know,
You'll love it.
if it's going to be the dockside or.
That's a great plan. That is a great plan.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
beauty
so much
about
fun.
having this much time to plan is you can really think about all the things you want to do and kind of have a great game plan in mind for whenever you take your trip.
Yeah. The way it looks like when we go on our Universal, it looks like we'll probably have to take a Universal city bus type bus to the park.
Oh, cool. Now, are you going to get one of the wands so you can go around and use them to interact with things?
Yeah, I want to get the one that chooses me too.
Ooh,
Mhm.
I
That would
heard
be
that.
awesome.
I heard those are interactive.
Neat.
Yeah, they are, and that's a great experience. They have actually improved that wand experience since we were there to be more personal, I think.
Yeah.
So, and I've seen, I know Resort TV One has gone in, and Maria and Chris have gone in and done the whole wand experience. So I think you'll really enjoy that, Keith.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Mike says I was part of the media group, so once the envelope dropped to the world, you see people lined up on the sides. I was in that group. Wow.
Oh, that's great, Mike.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
It was
that must
the NBC Today Show Media.
there you
Wow.
go. That must have really been fun.
What an honor. Yeah, Disney at Boiler Up said that several actors were there whenever she was there, but the only one she got to see was Flitwick. I'd love to see any of them.
Me too.
Amazing.
Yeah, Mike said he got to see Daniel Radcliffe and the twins and Dumbledore. Now, Mike, that would have been a Richard Harris Dumbledore probably, if it was the premiere, right? Or no, that would, let's see, that would have been Richard Harris or, oh, I'm trying to think of the other guy. There were two people who played Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Help me in the chat, guys.
Was it
Michael Gambon.
Michael Gambon? Yeah.
Michael Gambon.
Michael Gibbon, yeah.
So would it have been probably Michael Gambon by that time, right?
Yeah. I was going to say, I think Richard Harris passed away before
He
he
had
went.
passed already.
Yeah. He passed away in 2002. Just a quick search here.
The twins were played by James and Oliver Phelps. James was Fred, who ended up dying in Deathly Hallows Part 2, and Oliver was George.
It was very well cast. That baby was extremely well cast.
And I subscribe to their channel too on YouTube. And
Nice.
every once in a while they'll have a guest, Bonnie Wright, who played their sister Jenny.
Nice.
Love Jenny.
Nice. I did too.
Love Jenny.
Did too. Yeah.
Danny says, I can't help Don. Harry Potter is a foreign language. LOL.
Oh, and Danny, you're a teacher, man. That's you gotta step it up on that now. Your assignment, Danny, is to start reading the Harry Potter books. You will not regret it. I am not steering you wrong. Start on them, Danny. You'll love them. You really will. 5th grade reading level, easy to read. Kids all over the world started reading those books and really enjoyed them. So, gotta know Harry Potter.
Before I had the book,
You teach geography. I know.
before I had the books, I checked out the books at the library, and when it got to checking out book 7, the Deathly Hallows, I started on Friday and finished it on that Sunday.
Yeah.
They're that good. You know, as I was reading that final book, Keith, I think it came out sometime in November, and I think we were in Hot Springs for Thanksgiving or there around Thanksgiving, and I was reading feverishly in that book. And I was sitting in the recliner one day, you know, in our condo there on vacation, just really enjoying myself with my feet up. And it hit me, this is the last book. You know, this is the very last book. And so I slowed down in the reading. I began to slow down. I consciously made myself slow down and really take that book in, because it made me sad, you know, that it was the last one. And so it's what a great series. You know, one of the things that I love about that series is that with that piece of fantasy, it was just kind of a phenomenon. But there were kids who had reading problems. There were kids who were dyslexic. There were kids who had, you know, various problems learning for one reason or another, were so motivated to read those books, and they did. And so they overcame problems in order to get through those books. And if there's anything that I love about that series, that has always been one of my favorites. William, in fact, we had a little friend who was on the bus and who had all kinds of trouble reading. He'd always had trouble reading. And William said, you know, I'll help you. He wanted to read those books so bad. And he saw William reading one on the bus one day. And he asked you to help him read through them. Was that it, William?
Yeah.
And William, every day after school on the bus, would help him read those books. And he read every one of them. So
I didn't even, that's funny. I didn't even, like, that had faded from my memory because it's been so long.
I have not forgotten that. Because I still think that's wonderful. That so touched my heart that young man, that little boy, was so motivated to read Harry Potter that he would approach you and ask for help. And those books did that for a lot of kids. And
I mean, especially thinking about elementary kids that age, like those the size of those books, just looking at especially some of the later ones is really daunting.
Oh yeah. They're pretty intimidating.
Have a great night, James.
Not James.
See you later.
Not James. But
Right.
yeah, that's one of my favorite stories about the Harry Potter books. It really
Yeah.
is.
Hey, Danny, do you know what the score is so far in the Chiefs?
Let's get down to the important stuff.
Uh-huh.
He mentioned about the Chiefs game on tonight.
It is tied at 20, Keith.
Tie at 20.
Yeah, it looks like they went into overtime
Yeah.
against the Chargers. Just a heads up there. Spoiler alert for anybody that may have been waiting to watch.
Oh, yeah. Disney at Bowler Up says I had a little stepson at the time was in kindergarten. The only reason he wanted to learn how to read was to read Harry Potter books, and that's how I taught him to read. See, there's so many stories like that. Absolutely, absolutely. We had some of those same experiences. Disney at Bowler Up, and that's a huge part of the reason that I love the Harry Potter books. Not just because they're obviously great books. It's absolutely. But they were so motivational, for kids to want to read. And so they're just phenomenal. And still do probably.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely at the time. And we loved it. William is about the same age as Harry. And so, and William has always been a voracious reader. I could hardly keep him in reading material when he was little, as am I. And so, we went through the Harry Potter books together. We did all the midnight releases of the books. We did all the midnight releases for the movies. It was just fantastic. And William's generation is the only one who will get to do that. you know. So we feel pretty blessed.
Oh, Chargers win.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
20-20. Ooh, and overtime Chiefs driving. Ooh, yeah. Field goal. Oh, wow, Danny. Oh my goodness. Are you reading, Danny?
Really?
Wow. Oh,
That is crazy.
yeah. Spoiler alert. Don't look in the chat if you don't know what if you don't want to know what happened in the game. Oh my gosh. What an amazing. Oh, Danny.
Is he just teasing?
Yes.
Ah.
Danny, that's just mean, buddy. That's not even funny.
That's man. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Oh,
I
God.
have a feeling the Chiefs going to make it in the playoffs again.
That's probably a safe bet. Probably a safe bet.
The way Patrick Mahomes been doing real good for the Chiefs. He's got a 10-year contract with the Chiefs. No trading allowed, so the Chiefs can't trade him. And, and he's already a third owner of the Kansas City Royals, along with Eric Stonestreet.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
I didn't realize that, but yeah, he's the $500 million man now.
Wow, yeah. Ooh.
Got that big contract this past offseason.
Man. Yeah. Golly. Let's see. So is it 20-20 still, Danny? Find out what's going on with the game. But yeah, William, let's see. I had a question about Magic Kingdom. When I know Magic Kingdom, is everybody's favorite part. What were your impressions of the crowds and the process to get in? They do a temperature check, right? Mm-hmm. And so the crowds, the process to get in, how was the social distancing and everything? Did you guys feel, safe and comfortable in there?
Oh yeah, we 100% felt safe. We had our masks on. Most of the masks that we had were Disney masks. Now I think Jillian had ordered one or two off of Amazon, but most of them were the ones you can actually buy at Disney. And I mean, you wore your mask pretty much all the time, unless you were stationary and eating something. or if you're at one of the relaxation stations, which we honestly didn't utilize those. We the pretty much the one time that we used like something that was like a relaxation station was we sat in the stands next to where the Rivers of Light nighttime show at Animal Kingdom usually goes on. And so we 100% felt safer, pretty much there than anywhere else outside of our own home since all this mess has started.
Gotcha.
When it started off, pretty easy process, really fast. That was my thing. I was like, how are they going to be moving all these people through? That you have two potential bottleneck areas in the temperature check, which, with my hat, I just had to tilt my hat up a little bit. They had like this little, they didn't even actually physically touch my head. It was just this little like thermometer that they got pretty much close to my head, I think. And they were able to check it super quick, and I was on my way. And then again, with the security check, that went really smoothly as well. Now, every time I went through, I had so much equipment on me related to streaming. I got stopped every single time I went through.
Right.
But I expected that. And that process was still pretty quick. Now, there were a couple people that were confused about my gimbal because they're not used to seeing, the gimbals. Like I've got my gimbal here that I just had in arm's reach. They're not used to seeing the gimbal, that can fold up. Yeah.
Right.
And so they were like, there were a couple of the guards that were like, what in the world is this? And I was like, well, it's a gimbal. And they're like, oh, it folds? I was like, yeah, it folds. And so, but it was a piece of cake, really. So moved through very quickly through the temperature check, through the security line, and right on through. It's Jillian brought up on her What's Brewing with the Bone stream that they're not doing the fingerprints currently, so you just scan your Magic Band or park ticket, and you go on right on through. Actually, here's my Magic Band.
Thanks, Mike Miller. Chiefs won 23-20.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
So here,
Magic Band.
Let me bring that up.
is my Magic Band.
Baby Yoda.
The child. So yeah.
And then Mando on the other side. Is that cool?
So cool. I didn't see. I got this. I didn't even know the Mandalorian was on the other side. Whenever I got this originally, because I was like, I love the color green. It'd be, Mom mentioned, it'd be great to mark the time. When we're going at the Mandalorian's kind of at the pretty much the height of its popularity these days. And I'm really excited for season 2. Just mentioning that drops October 30th for those that haven't heard. But yeah. Let's see. Disney Boiler Up says, I heard they were going to phase out Magic Bands, but I don't really understand the reason why. Anybody have any info on that? I don't know.
Last I heard, they're going to keep on making the Magic Bands.
Now, I don't think they give you free ones anymore. I want to say that was part of the announcement that, now if you go and stay on Disney property, you can get a solid colored band for free.
They're
there you
go. Going to phase out the free Magic Bands that you get when you
Yeah.
So you can still buy the Magic Bands because they are the hot sellers.
Yeah.
And besides that, you can still be able to get it scanned for your Photo Pass or Memory Maker, and
Well, and I don't see Disney phasing out the Magic Bands because again, the technology is fantastic for them. They can they can track your purchases. They can track your movements in the park. They're, with the proximity technology, they can even find your table in a restaurant. So I don't see them phasing out Magic Bands. The free Magic Bands are going away. You're going to have to, we'll have to pay for those. But
Jillian and I ended up paying an upcharge anyway on our bands because we should have gotten, instead of just getting the free ones that were just a plain color, we both wanted designs on ours, obviously. and so it
Right.
costs us a little bit extra to upgrade. But I mean, it was fun. We enjoy it. We like to get the magic pans that that have our favorite characters on them or stuff that remind us of our trip. So
Yeah.
I think
Well,
I have a red one and a Lion King one that's orange, and then I have this one from my latest trip, the Mandalorian with the child on one side.
Mike says, I still have my free one from last year, and he put a Magic Band skin on it. You can buy those too. If you have
That's
the.
Disney up boiler up that.
Yeah, that was Disney at Boiler
Solid.
Up.
Oh, it was Disney at Boiler. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was like, sorry about that. And Mike said, yes, Magic Bands will still work in the parks. Yeah. Yeah. Just won't get them for free. Right, Mike?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
And you can get the Magic Band skins. Those are really neat from what I've heard.
I think the plain ones are going to be a certain price, but just about $10 more, you can get a fancier one.
Yeah.
Right.
That was what Jillian and I did, and we like the fancy ones.
They do
Nothing
have
wrong
some.
with the plain ones. We did use the plain ones on our first trip, but that was really pretty. Like that wasn't too long after they had released the Magic Bands. I feel like, it might have been less than a year or so, and so I think designs were pretty limited at that point. A lot of people were using the little button type things that you could snap into your Magic Bands. I can't remember what those are called, but it seemed like a lot of people were using those instead of having like actual skins on their Magic Bands.
Oh yeah, Will. Did you like the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad?
Oh, it was a blast. The trackless technology rides are just so cool. And it feels like they pick you up and throw you right in the middle of a cartoon. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Disney at Boiler Up, I don't know about them having them at the park entrance, but if you had like a 1-day ticket and you're using a card, then you can actually buy a Magic Band after you get into the park and then link your park ticket to that band. So that is an option. If you don't have a Magic Band, you're going into the park, you can buy the one that you want after you get in the park and then just link your ticket up to that band and use it instead of your little card.
I think you can have an option of having them link it up to your ticket themselves, or you can do it yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. CMs will always help you with that kind of thing. If
they're great.
If you're unsure how to do it, they'll always do that for you. So you can do it yourself or ask one of them. They'll, bless their heart. CMs are fantastic. They'll help you with anything. So So it's really great. We love the Magic Bands. I'm looking at, I'm looking at kind of what I want to do for a Magic Band for my next trip. And I'm thinking I want to wait until the Christmas ones come out. They have so many great designs though. They've got some really great Halloween designs right now. So Keith, you'll get to decide, what kind you want at some point.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. I can actually order off of shopdisney.com app.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. You can. The price is Disney at Boiler Up. I mean, you're already paying full price for a ticket and only getting half the magic. I don't know if it's necessarily half the magic. I think, if now I have had friends ask me about Disney right now and say, okay, well, if there are no parades and no fireworks, and no character meet and greets, why are you going? If it is your first time going into the parks or you have a child who you're taking for the first time, I would say wait. Wait until after all of that comes back. But if you're like William and me and some people, probably in our chat who go a lot and who just want to be back in that Disney magic and experience, the magic. I think Tracy Glenn calls it Disney Light. And it definitely is Disney Light. But if you're like us, this is a perfect time to go because the crowds are so much lower. You don't even need a fast pass because the crowds are so much lower that you can You can ride pretty much everything you want and enjoy the parks. And Disney's doing a lot of things too to help with that. They have the characters in the cavalcades. They have the cavalcades, as like pop-ups to kind of help, with the absence of the parades. They have the characters like up on, balconies in different places. So they're doing everything that they can, to keep us safe and to keep, guests and CM safe and still give us as much magic as they can. So while being extremely safe as far as, hand washing, hand sanitizer is available before you get on the ride and after you get off the ride. They have social distancing markers on the pavement, to help you to know where to stand. They have the plexiglass dividers in between the rows that are more compact there on the rides, and they take down the rides just momentarily so that they can clean them a lot. So
Hey, Will,
they're doing a lot.
Danny wants to hear you talk about eating dinner there.
Let's see. Where all did we eat for dinner? That first night was obviously the biggest night there at that first day that we got there and checked in, went to Disney Springs. We ate at California Grill, which is always spectacular. But let's see, Magic Kingdom. What did we do for dinner that night? We ate at Skipper Canteen for lunch, which was a lot of fun. They do a lot of the puns and stuff like they do on the Jungle Cruise ride. And so that was a lot of fun. I'm trying to remember what we did for dinner that night. I actually think we ended up going back to Pop Century because Magic Kingdom closed at 6. That's for Jillian and I. That's an early dinner, and so we actually ended up going back to Pop. And I think we just did a mobile order from Everything Pop Shopping and Dining there at the Pop Century Resort. And I think we just ordered a cheeseburger. I can't remember what she got, but we ended up doing that. Let's see, Magic Kingdom. So we did Magic Kingdom first, and then we did Hollywood Studios. We ate at Docking Bay 7 for dinner. Our first Hollywood Studios trip. And then let's see, Animal Kingdom. Yeah, Animal Kingdom closed at like 5. And so again, I think we ended up eating at Everything Pop Shopping and Dining for dinner that night. And then the last day was at Hollywood Studios, and we had 50's Prime Time for lunch, and had a big lunch there. And I'm trying to think what we had for dinner that night. Can't remember, but the meals that we had, we'd never eaten a Ronto wrap from Ronto Roasters. We had never eaten at 50's Prime Time. We had never done Docking Bay 7. Yeah, see you later, Mike.
Bye, Mike.
Yeah, have a great night. Thanks for being here. But yeah, there were a lot of, and in terms of dining, there were a lot of places that, we don't usually eat at that we ate at this time around. So that was fun and different. So we really enjoyed that.
And we've got about a minute and 15 seconds. I want to thank Dean with the Live Place for listing the channels on his site to
Always
to let everybody know what's happening what's streaming on YouTube. And I want to thank my partner channels, MGM Family Travel, Rachel Loves Disney, Teresa, and there's one more I can't remember, but I want to thank the Blue Crew, all my mods. That's the Blue Crew, and
Nice.
Thanks everybody that's watching live and watching that would be watching on the replay, and you can go to Pete McDevitt's to see who's in the hot seat tonight, and then
I think it's Disney World Freak. Carlos, I think, is in the hot seat tonight. I want to say,
and then Dole Whip Dad later on.
Nice. Yeah.
So,
We're actually doing Pete's show. We're going to be guesting on Pete's show on December the 16th.
Yeah.
And so we're looking forward to that on his Wednesday night show. We're really looking forward to that. And appreciate Keith. Thanks so much for having us on tonight. We really
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you. It's been a lot of fun, Keith. Thank you
Thank you.
for the invite.
And next week's guest is Caitlin from Make It Blue. And then
Nice.
on the 4th is Road Trip Dave. And then the 11th, Kelly from the Mickey Bunch.
Great lineup.
Have a magical day and a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.